Welcome to Junior Masterchef and a brand new series of our cookery competition for 10 to 15-year-olds. Once again, our tireless and brilliant production team, with the help of chefs throughout the country, have traveled the length of Britain holding cook-offs. We've chosen 3 talented young cooks from each region to battle over the coming months for this trophy and the title of Junior Masterchef of Great Britain. For our winner, there's a grand prize of a wonderful tailor-made holiday in the sun or the snow for 4 people. The 2 runners-up will enjoy a luxury break for 4 at Armathwaite Hall in Cumbria. As last year, we'll be asking our young chefs to cook a main course and a pudding for 2 people with an hour and a half on the kitchen clock. They have a budget of just £10. I'll be reminding you about some of the rules throughout the program, but first let's meet our 3 young cooks who all come from the Midlands. In the red kitchen, our first cook of the series, Janine Robinson. She's 10 and she comes from Warwick. Janine's a proud member of the impressive choir at All Saints Middle School. They've performed to great acclaim at several events throughout the region. She's also a talented artist. Her tutor woman has been selected to be displayed at the school, and this term Janine's deeply involved in a pottery project featuring rustic designs in clay. Janine's mother Marianne is a music teacher, and she seems to have done an impressive job on the family trio in which she provides the piano accompaniment to Janine on the cello and sister Cheryl on the violin. In the yellow kitchen, Sarah Illingworth from Farnsfield in Nottinghamshire. Sarah's 15 and, like Janine, is an enthusiastic artist. Her colourful line of washing being part of a GCSE project entitled Twisting and Turning. On her rollerblade journeys to and from the classrooms, Sarah prefers not to encounter too many corners, but as a comparative novice, she's pretty good in a straight line. As part of her work experience, Sarah recently spent a week as a waitress in nearby Goff's restaurant, but I'm pleased to report that unlike some of the capital's trendier restaurants, this was not done on rollerblades. Finally, in the blue kitchen, 15-year-old AJ Talley from Birmingham. Inspired by the many films coming from Bombay, AJ's been studying their dancing, a combination of classic Indian and rock. He and partner Raj performed recently at a Diwali concert. AJ also makes some of the fabrics which his dances involve, and he too spends long hours in the art room at Queensbridge School designing and printing them as part of a GCSE project. For some of the work towards his Duke of Edinburgh Award, AJ has been studying the role of the police, and this has resulted in his group spending the odd afternoon behind bars down at the local Nick. Welcome to you all. Now's the moment for you to start getting us all terribly hungry and tell us what you're going to cook for us. Janine, what's on your menu today?
Today I'm cooking skate in black butter on a bed of red peppers with sun-dried tomato potato cakes, baby sweet corn and mange tout beans. And for dessert, sweet Yorkshire puddings with damson sauce and cream.
Well, I think sweet Yorkshire puddings sound absolutely fascinating. Sarah, what have you got for us?
I'm cooking carrot and ginger timbales with a tomato sauce, paper bag potatoes, mange tout and baby sweet corn. And for dessert I'm cooking baked stuffed apples with apricot coulis and toffee cream.
Well, I'm very pleased that we're kicking off the series with such an adventurous vegetarian menu. Well done. And AJ, what are you going to be dishing up for us?
I'm cooking juicy sizzling chicken with a Gujarati and Mexican style masala, followed by a lightly stir-fried salad with delicately spiced spring rolls with a tangy tamarind chutney. And for dessert, I'll be making an open puff pastry pistachio parcel with a cinnamon and saffron sauce.
Well, the Gujarati Mexican mix sounds like something they should be serving in the United Nations, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. 3 really exciting menus to kick off the series. So the red, yellow and blue kitchens are looking pretty empty at the moment, but we'll change that soon enough. I'm going to send you off to work. Good luck, have a really good time, and let's get cooking. Well, I guess this trophy can now go back to my friend who's looked after it so adequately. You know, he looks younger every year. we're getting our new series off to an incandescent start by welcoming back Rick Stein, probably Britain's most accomplished fish cook, probably. And for the first time ever on this stage, the actress whose roles are as diverse as Lydia Bennet in Pride and Prejudice and Eddie's long-suffering daughter Safi, and absolutely fabulous. It probably is Julia Sawalha. Welcome to both of you, my fellow judges. Do you think that young people today are eating better and more interesting food than we did when we were younger? Now, granted, Rick and I are speaking from the perspective of fossils. We're the reptiles. We're the fossils.
The old reptiles.
You're still a young person, but not as young as they are.
No. Well, obviously, I think from what's on the menu today, yeah, it looks like it. I mean, restaurants, the food has changed a lot in restaurants. It's not so rich these days. People are a lot more aware of good food that we should eat, and I suppose they're making children aware of that in schools, so...
The minus is that people don't eat so well at home, I don't think. I mean, when I say well, it's not such a sort of structured meal as it used to be. And I think, I mean, all this sort of into the fridge like my kids do, and what's there and that. Is there a household left where people sit down to a meal every day?
Yeah, my mum
really?
and dad's, yeah, every day.
Really?
Yeah, we were brought up with wonderful meals. My mother's a brilliant cook, and they still do it now. It's a great social thing as well, every day, yeah.
That is very
it's
unusual.
It's important to sit with your family and friends and eat, I think.
Well,
it goes on in my house.
It's often the only time that any family actually gets together without something else to distract them.
Yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, we do it on every Sunday.
Yeah.
And normally we...
How do you carve a fish for so many people?
with extreme difficulty.
But what was your first junk food treat? Do you remember?
Oh, am I allowed to say it?
Is it a brand name?
It was a burger.
Well, there's this great passage in one of Ben Elton's books about truly disgusting food, how wonderful it was. And he was talking about the Australian pie, which I don't know if you've been to Australia, but it is in a class of its own for disgustingness. As you open it, all the innards sort of fall out because it's so runny. And I thought it was quite, in a way, quite sort of correct that sometimes all you want is something sort of really, really, you know, real low-life food.
Yeah.
Well, now, if anyone from the Australian High Commission is watching, you can write to Rick at the seafood restaurant, and he'll be very happy to deal with all the correspondence. Don't write to me, I didn't say it. Now, I've got to ask you a question. I hope it's not terribly embarrassing.
Oh, God.
When you're doing one of these Jane Austen-type costume dramas, and you're in all your gear and everything, do you eat 19th century food?
The food that was cooked for us when we were filming, the authentic food was delicious, and it was cooked how it was then in the 18th century. And
Really?
Oh yeah, he cooked it from all the old cookery books, and it was really exquisite food.
And tons of it.
Tons of it. They used to eat pork chops and lamb chops for breakfast and things, you know.
Well, enough of this rollicking banter. We're actually here to do some work, and the first part of our work will consist of making a tour around the kitchens. Okay. Have a wonderful time. And we'll get terribly hungry. Let's see what Janine is up to here.
Hi.
How's it going?
Okay.
Good.
The potato cakes with a sun-dried tomato.
I was going to do rosti, but
Yeah.
I thought potato cakes might be a better idea.
Might be a bit more interesting.
Yeah, I think, because everybody does roasties, don't they? So I think you're quite right.
I want to see your skate.
So do I.
Cornish skates.
Is it?
Good.
Yeah, of course.
So how do you know?
Oh,
Because it has souvenir of Cornwall stamped on it. Oh, there it is. I love skate. Skate is such a great fish.
Beautiful. Now I'm just going to give it a little sniff, because I'm very, very particular. It's perfectly fresh.
And are you a devotee of the big skate wing or the little skate wing?
Well, I actually prefer the little ones. I think they're delicate and
I'd rather
sweeter.
have two of those than one bigger one.
they were larger, but we decided to cut them down a bit. Cause
No,
we've got
that's a
we've got
very...
the trimmings in there.
Yeah.
In case there's a mistake, so we can
A
cut
mistake?
No chance.
No way. Now this is what I've been longing to see.
Me too, yeah.
Paper bag potato.
I'm opening them up at the moment so they go all roasted.
What happens to them when they're in the paper? Why do you cook them?
Well, the steam is trapped and it just cooks them better.
Makes them more succulent.
And smell that rosemary. It's just
All the flavours get trapped in there.
When you first told me the dish, I thought you said paperback potatoes. I thought it was something to read on holiday. Right, okay, and so the carrot and ginger timbal is going to be, you've already mashed that up, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought those are apricots.
These are
Oh, those are apricots.
Yeah.
Look, they're the same colour as carrots. What am I? I'm glad we have a professional in here. Thank you. What is toffee cream?
I'll show it to you actually. It's Gary Rhodes' recipe.
Ah, little tribute to Gaza.
And it's basically toffee, which is condensed milk boiled in the can, unopened.
Let's get a spoon now.
Ooh. So you're making a juicy, sizzling chicken with a, is it what's
Is it Gujarati?
Gujarati
Yeah.
sauce? What's that?
Well, Gujarati is, you know, in India, from the Gujarat, the part in India, and it's the language we speak, Gujarati.
Oh,
So that's where it's originated from, really.
Oh, right. And so what's this? Is this spring?
This is the spring rolls I'm doing.
And what's the main filling in that then?
It's mashed potato,
Yeah.
chili pepper,
Yeah.
garam masala, citric acid, salt and pepper, and that's it.
In India, you wouldn't have the pastry, the phyllo pastry, would you? What would you use there?
They use ordinary plain flour,
Yeah.
and they sort of roll it out really thin, like
Yeah.
phyllo pastry,
Yeah.
and they sort of toast it very slightly.
Can't wait to
So I'm
taste
quite
it.
interested in this mixture of Mexican and Indian then.
Well, the
This,
Mexican's just the peppers,
Just the
and
peppers.
the Gujarati part is just the garam masala, the coriander, the cumin.
Well, of course, it's not that odd, is it? Because with my tremendous knowledge that chilies originally came from South America and Mexico to India.
So you're learning all this from your mother?
Yes, that's right.
Good. And what's that you're using to seal?
That's just flour and water
Oh,
to make a
right.
paste.
Simple.
Nothing to it.
No.
Right, it's time for menu discussion. So, let's start off with Janine's menu. She's in the red kitchen. She's cooking skate in black butter on a bed of red pepper with sun-dried tomato and potato cakes, served with baby sweet corn and mange tout. And then she's finishing with sweet Yorkshire pudding with damson sauce and cream. What do you think, Julia?
I think that sounds lovely. I don't know, I haven't been over there yet, so I don't know what it's looking or smelling like, but I'm not a keen fish person either, I'm sorry to say.
Skate is the perfect fish for people who aren't really fish people.
Really?
Because,
Oh, right.
Yeah, because it's got no bones and it's very meaty.
Right.
What do you think of that dish?
I mean, there's a lot of things going on there, so the balance is going to be very important. The sweet, I'm very interested in this sweet Yorkshire pudding because I've always thought Yorkshire pudding was a good, container for other things.
Very sophisticated menu, worthy of a very trendy restaurant. Now, Sarah, in the yellow kitchen, is doing a carrot and ginger timbal. That's the one I thought was apricot. Carrot and ginger timbal with tomato sauce, paper bag potatoes, baby sweet corn and mange tout, and stuffed baked apple with an apricot coulis and toffee cream. I must say, working backwards, I love this menu because baked apples are fabulous. Carrot and ginger is a pretty classic combination. There's paper bag potatoes. What did you think of the paper bag potatoes?
Well, they looked and smelt gorgeous.
Yeah.
They're going to taste even better.
Do you like the look of that
I
menu?
do, and I'm always interested in vegetarian cooking because it's really tricky to get good, solid flavours in vegetarian dishes.
I think that's going to be a really good one, actually. And in the blue kitchen, AJ is doing juicy, sizzling chicken with a Gujarati and Mexican-style masala, stir-fried salad, spiced spring rolls, and his pudding is open puff pastry pistachio parcel, splendidly alliterative, with a cinnamon and saffron sauce. Julia, do you like that menu?
I love Indian food and Mexican food, so I've got the best of both worlds here.
Yeah, I'm in complete awe of Indian cooking. I just love it, and to have somebody that knows all about it, I'm really looking forward to tasting that.
I must say, whatever AJ's cooking is like, he's got a great future as a menu writer. It just makes you want to
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
thrilling.
so important in menu writing. You've got to sort of hit the spots like that.
You've
He's
got to
done it.
sell those
Yeah,
dishes.
Yeah.
Very tidy, aren't you?
Yeah, I try to keep quite tidy because at home I have to keep tidy. So
Why do you have to keep tidy?
my mum sews a fit.
Does she?
Yes.
Well, I'll just let you into a secret. I'm terribly untidy in my kitchen at home.
Right, that's what my dad said. My dad keeps telling my mum that all professional cooks are always really untidy.
Oh, he's on your side. And do you have to do the washing up after you've cooked all this? Oh, you don't. That's unfair.
No, I don't here, but I do at home.
What's your mascot called?
Watson.
Watson.
Yeah, it's got...
Did you make that apron?
Yeah, and I made the hat.
That's brilliant. See that? So these are your own blend of spices?
That's right, yeah.
And what's this one in the middle?
That one's dry coriander.
Ah,
I like that. It's like a little spice kit, like a doctor's bag.
yeah.
And speaking of doctors, you're doing a bit of open heart surgery.
Yes.
now, aren't you? Because what a great link. Because you've taken your puff pastry and you're turning those into cases.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, you're going to fill these with...
And the pistachio filling.
And that pistachio filling is mixed with what?
Milk powder and clarified butter with icing sugar, cardamom and nutmeg.
Cardamom?
Yep.
Oh, lovely. That's come on. Did you know that?
Yep.
Came on by itself. Oh, no, it's heating up. Tell how good I am in the kitchen, can't you?
Let's get Arthur C. Clarke in to explain it. Carrot and ginger.
Perfect. Made in heaven?
Great, great combination.
Okay, these just need to come out of here.
Out of the bath.
Can we have a little... Dare we?
Are we allowed to take
Yeah, it needs to come off now.
Oh, does it? Right. The texture in that is really nice. I mean, it's so
Thank you.
good that it's not a puree, really, because it just looks so much more interesting. All those bits and those lovely bits of green. What is the green? Is it?
It's coriander.
Oh, it is. Is it? I
Yeah.
thought I could smell it.
So I've got to interrupt you because we've reached a critical stage in the competition. The giant carrot-coloured 10 has appeared on the video wall, and that means there's only 10 minutes of cooking time left.
I like the colour.
Yeah.
Well, Lloyd's asked me to tell you that the flashing lights mean that at last we must eat. So, serve up the skate. The cooking time is over.
In the red kitchen, Janine Robinson cooked skate and black butter on a bed of red pepper with sun-dried tomato potato cake, mange tout and baby sweet corn. For pudding, she prepared a sweet Yorkshire pudding with damson sauce and cream. Sarah Illingworth in the yellow kitchen gave us carrot and ginger tambal with tomato sauce accompanied by paper bag potatoes, baby sweet corn and mange tout. She rounded things off with stuffed baked apple with an apricot coulis and toffee cream. In the blue kitchen, AJ Telly served juicy sizzling chicken with a Gujarati and Mexican-style masala, a light stir-fried salad, spiced spring rolls, and a tangy tamarind chutney. His pudding was an open puff pastry pistachio parcel with a cinnamon and saffron sauce. You'll notice that our cooks have been joined by some family and friends to give them a bit of moral support. They're probably hoping to get a few leftovers as well, but there won't be any. Right, we start with the red kitchen as usual, where Janine has cooked skate and black butter on a bed of red pepper with sun-dried tomato potato cakes with baby sweet corn and mange tout. Now, as a skate novice, what do you think of that? Do you like the look of it?
Yeah, I think it looks lovely.
Now, there are no rules of etiquette here, so go to it.
Right,
Dig in.
I'm going to try this.
Okay, you're going to start with the potato cake first.
Good.
You're going to start with the fish? I thought you might.
I'm going to start with this. Oh, it's jolly nice
It's very
skate.
nicely
A
cooked
beautiful
too.
skate. Beautiful skate.
That is good.
Potato cake's good.
Is it? Let's just have a quick
That is terribly good skate, isn't it?
taste. Look how white it is. That's a...
Beautiful.
Is that good?
Oh,
Does it
yeah.
have to
It's a
look white?
sign of real
Yeah.
freshness. It really is good stuff, actually. Yeah.
But she's got
Very
the
tender.
caper and butter and the vinegar balance is just right,
Yeah.
isn't it? Really delicious. These are fairly serious, these potato cakes, aren't they?
The pepper's excellent underneath there.
Are the peppers
I
fairly
know,
exciting?
this is my third one.
Greedy.
Yeah, they're very good, those peppers.
We like.
We like it. We like it. We'll take that. Now here is, this is very colourful and pretty, isn't it? Sweet Yorkshire pudding with damson sauce and cream.
When it came out of the oven, it was perfect, but of
Yes,
course they only last for
yes.
seconds. When
Yes,
they come
and then
out of
they
the
just sort of flop
Yeah.
down, but that's all right. Good?
See, it works.
It's kind of
doesn't it?
crispy on the
Yeah,
bottom.
ever so good.
Oh, it's
That's
wonderful.
excellent.
Yes, that appeals to me. It's just so
Simple.
straightforward and
Fabulous. Very clever idea.
yeah.
Okay, ready for square meal number 2 from Sarah. Carrot and ginger tambal with tomato sauce, paper bag potatoes, and baby sweet corn and mange two.
Okay, I'll guess which you're going to first then. I'm not
Go
going to
on.
say.
Go,
I'm
all
not
right,
gonna
do
say.
you want to see?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Do
know.
you
I'll
want to
get-
whisper in his ears? So
I'll put-
see-
Okay, go on.
Yes!
I put a fiver on the paper bag potatoes. I love the texture of this tambal. We were admiring it
We
when
were.
she was
But
making it. 'cause
she's really delivered the goods in vegetarian terms, in my view.
Yeah, absolutely.
it's so full of flavour.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so easy for things
Isn't
like
it?
that not to
Isn't it?
taste too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
It all works
mushy.
together
Oh,
so
yes,
lovely.
that is wonderful, actually. Now, this is very pretty. A stuffed baked apple with an apricot coulis and toffee cream.
I tell you what I like, when she said that was Gary Rhodes's recipe, I just thought, well, there's no point in messing about. If it's not yours, say it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That is a very hip-looking coulis, actually.
It is. Hip.
Carrot coulis, isn't it?
Dear, no, I told you not to mention that. That apricot is sensational.
that's it.
Ooh, yes, please.
Pine nuts, currants.
I love baked apples.
I love pine
Oh,
nuts.
Gaz
and
has done us
puds.
proud there.
That is brilliant. Terrific. This is pretty spectacular looking. AJ has dished up some juicy sizzling chicken with a Gujarati and Mexican-style masala, a stir-fried salad, spiced spring rolls, and tamarind chutney.
Love tamarind. That's good, isn't it?
That is good, and what I like about it is it really packs a wallop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know? No
These
sort of
are
messing
so
about.
light. You'd think with mashed potato they'd be heavy, but they're like eating little clouds.
They are.
Very delicate.
And also, they're not too heavily spiced, so that
No.
you've got this sort of
Nice blend.
contrast of flavours. You've got to try this tamarind
That's
chutney.
amazing.
It is really good.
That chutney is
It's-
pretty
Yeah.
serious,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, now
It's a difficult day.
on to this open puff pastry pistachio parcel with a cinnamon and saffron sauce.
It seems a shame to sort
I
of
know.
destroy
It is very
doesn't it?
beautiful.
Note I go for the sauce
Yeah.
first.
This is one of the most sort of crossover dishes I've ever seen there, because it's got lots of Indian ingredients in a sort of Western style
Oh, look, I've ruined
box,
it.
as it were. Yeah, you can't take
Sorry
it
about
anywhere.
this.
It's terrible. Whoops. Oh, sorry, I've ruined it even further.
Oh, that's lovely.
so unusual,
So
isn't it?
subtle. That was cooling.
Okay.
After
Well, it would be jolly nice to finish all of them, but in that case, the crew would complain.
Is this what happens afterwards then? Sort of mad
They're
rush.
animals.
Look at them, they're drooling. They're on their knees.
And we're eating it. No, so let's now go and give judgment, okay? Follow me. This way.
So I was very impressed. I mean, she cooked the skate perfectly, so she just goes right up on my estimation. The pudding, I thought, was very simple and sweet and lovely, and a very, very imaginative idea, really.
I felt the potato cakes were a little bit bland. But those red peppers, I don't know what she did. They were so good, those
Delicious.
red
They were
peppers.
good.
And I loved the pudding, because I thought it was very English, very simple,
Yes.
and very delicious.
I was shocked. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. It was absolutely delicious. The sauce with the timbal was beautiful. The potatoes were a bit undercooked. Do you think? A little bit? little touch, but they were delicious.
Say that carrot and ginger timbal was one of the best vegetarian dishes I've ever tasted. It was really good.
And the pudding, well, the baked apple was wonderful. It was perfectly cooked.
The dessert seemed to cool my palate after those spices. I don't know if that was intentional, but it was.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
They
There's
work
something
on that
cooling
sort of
about it.
hot-
Yeah, very courageous.
It's fantastic, that chicken. I mean, I love those sort of fresh masala type coatings. I just thought that was such a great piece of chicken. I really did. Well, I mean, one has to surely take into account the fact that she's 5 years younger than the other two. And I was very...
Yes, but we don't really handicap.
Right.
But that, nonetheless, is very impressive.
You are, didn't you?
Well, for the first time this series, we've nibbled, quibbled, and ruminated and reached our conclusions. But before I reveal this week's winner, Julia, what did you think about today's competition?
Well, it was wonderful. It's given me great incentive to start cooking. I admire them all so much, just how calm they were. And they really enjoyed cooking, and it was incredible to see it.
And
Well
how good
done.
they were as well.
Yeah.
What did you think, Rick?
Well, sometimes when you do judge cookery competitions, you have to put a brave face on things, but today I didn't. I was genuinely delighted. Absolutely wonderful, and so good that they're all so young. British food's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a fabulous way for us to begin the series, because those are three of the best cooks we've ever had on the program. Really, really wonderful. And the winner this week is AJ Tully. So many congratulations to AJ Tully, who's the new Junior Masterchef of the Midlands. He goes through to the semi-finals. Now, next week, we shall be joined by the fastest MP in Westminster, that's Sebastian Coe, and the chef who's been causing a stir in high places, that's Henry Harris of the Fifth Floor Restaurant at Harvey Nichols. We'll be judging 3 contestants from Wales and the Southwest. Meanwhile, many thanks to Julia Sawalha and to Rick Stein for being happy, hungry, and enthusiastic judges. Profound thanks to Janine, to Sarah, and to AJ for getting this series off to an absolutely stupendous start and really inspiring us. And see you all next week for Junior MasterChef. Calling all young cooks, would you like to star in the next series of Junior MasterChef? If you're between 10 and 15 years old and have a passion for cooking, send a large stamped addressed envelope to Junior MasterChef, P.O. Box 359, Norfolk, NR10 4UU. And we'll send you everything you need to enter the competition. Who knows, it could be you joining us next year in the red, yellow, and blue kitchens.